Hello and welcome back to another Chelsea transfer news video right here, right now for you to watch. Make sure you like and subscribe and I hope you enjoy. Firstly, Chelsea have rejected quite a big offer from Inter Milan now, and N'Golo Kante is part of that offer. Inter Milan reportedly offered a swap deal for Marcelo Brozovic and Christian Eriksen so that they could get N'Golo Kante in return. I think, Chelsea rejected the offer obviously, and I think that's probably a good idea, despite the fact that Eriksen and Brozovic are both very respected creative midfielders. I don't think we need any more attacking midfielders. We've already got Havertz, Mount, Loftus-Cheek. We've got a plethora of attacking midfielders and we don't really need any more. However, if we were to get rid of Kante, which I hope we don't, I think we need to get a defensive midfielder in return. Maybe either we sell him and get the money, with that money buy Declan Rice or somebody like that, or swap him for another defensive midfielder, as we kind of need a defensive midfielder in the role we're sort of playing in a 4-3-3, sitting behind the two attacking midfielders. Like I've said before and in yesterday's video, Antonio Conte does want a reunion with N'Golo Kante, as Kante arguably played his best ever football under the Italian. He wants Kante to join his revelation in Italy for Inter Milan, and it was their fault completely, but they lost to Sevilla in the dying moments in the Europa League final, which I think Conte wants to improve on that. And they did only miss out on the Serie A to Juventus by 1 point in the end, which is quite impressive considering Juventus have some much better players than them, like Ronaldo and Dybala, and lots of good players. However, Juve have now sacked Maurizio Sarri, meaning they introduced Andre Pirlo, who's going to be their new manager for next season. I don't think we should sell Kante, like I said yesterday. Maybe next season we can cash in, but I don't think this is the right time to sell one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. Next up, Edouard Mendy. He has been identified as the competitor for Kepa Arrizabalaga to try and force Kepa to either reach the top of his game, maybe push him so Chelsea can get a little bit more money for him than they would this season, and just to maybe even come in and just replace Kepa if he decides he doesn't want to improve. And Chelsea do really need a brand new goalkeeper, as last season it was just embarrassing really, this facts and figures that Kepa produced at the end of the season. And yes, it was partly down to the fact that the defence was always shuffling around, always shifting around, not very well trained, but Kepa really didn't do himself any favours. We have been linked with loads of keepers like Oblak, who is still the dream, Onana, who I did really want to join, I did think would join, but obviously hasn't, and Edouard Mendy looks like he's going to be joining. He has agreed personal terms with the club, and Chelsea have reportedly submitted a brand new offer for the Senegalese international. He has not even turned up to training today and has not been named in their next game, in Rennes' next game. And according to Fabrizio Romano, and we all know how reliable he is and what brilliant source he is, he has said that personal terms are already agreed, like I said, and Chelsea are confident that the deal will happen in the next few hours. And he said that 3 hours ago, so by the time this video has gone up, he might have already joined, which would be a shame, but for Chelsea, definitely not. I think it'd be a good signing, and I'm glad that we have found somebody to compete with Kepa or replace him. Declan Rice, I think, will eventually join Chelsea, as he was in the academy until the age of 14 when he was released, and he just looks like he's going to be... He's already a leader for West Ham, and his best mate Mason Mount plays there. He's obviously knows Frank Lampard, he's in touch with the club a lot, and he supports Chelsea. And like all of us Chelsea fans, I don't know about you, but my dream would be to play for Chelsea. And it's obviously the same with Rice. And Chelsea have reportedly, they've been willing to offer £42 million for him, but West Ham literally want double that. They've said they want at least £80 million, and with the financial troubles they're going through, I don't think they'll really be able to say no to the huge amount of money that Chelsea will end up offering them. Like, we've already spent tons of money, and we're actually only, our net spend is £40 million due to the money we got from Eden Hazard and Alvaro Morata. Along with the fact that we haven't spent any money in the last 2 seasons, means that we have literally saved up all our pennies and we're going out. And like I said, £40 million is our net spend. That means that's how much we've actually spent if you take away the money that we've been given for Eden Hazard and Alvaro Morata. And that's only 2 players. And we all know that Abramovich has very, 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 very deep pockets. So maybe he could go in his pocket once more and splash out another £80 million. And I think West Ham are just going to... I'm sorry, but they really are going through some financial troubles, and they're going to have to definitely accept the money, I feel. And it's surely going to happen sooner or later, Rice joining Chelsea. Lastly, Olivier Giroud has been linked with Juventus. Now, I'm not actually sure if these are true, as there are some contrasting reports saying he has agreed, some saying he has already agreed a provisional contract with them, and some saying he is 100% staying in West London. I do think personally that he's going to stay in West London, as he did say recently that he wants to stay. This was before the links to Juventus, and that he wants to give Frank Lampard a headache when choosing the starting squad after Timo Werner's arrival. Like, if Timo Werner is coming for £50 million, known round the world and Europe as one of the best marksmen and deadly finishers in the world, then Frank's going to want to pick him, especially along with the fact that he can finish chances, and that is exactly what Chelsea were missing last season. However, towards the end of the restart, Olivier Giroud was showing how much of a good and reliable striker he was, as he came in and he was bagging goals every single game. Yeah, like I said though, I do think he'll stay in West London. He's on a nice payroll, and he just loved the city of London. Lots of people do. Same with Willian. He didn't want to go to Barcelona. Imagine not going to Barcelona because he loved that city so much. So he went to Arsenal on a free. And Giroud, he left Arsenal to join Chelsea. Still same city of London. And I just think, yeah, he loves the city too much. And I think he is a good, reliable second striker or third option behind Tammy Abraham maybe. And he can also help Tammy and Timo Werner learn new skills, like the flick ones that he's so good at, and Michy Batshuayi has obviously been learning from him in the Belgian game against Iceland. Maybe he can help Tammy Abraham be better in the air or something, I don't know. But I do think he'll stay, like I said.